Hello again, traders. Right, this is the reason for this video. Quickly, zero shortcuts, guys. You cannot expect to learn to trade by paying expensive mentorship programs. You know, I saw one this morning for 5 grand for a VIP membership. Total waste of money. Total waste of money. You will obviously learn a few things from them. But these guys know it's going to take you 5 years minimum, unless you're sort of a genius or have some sort of spectrum, like ADHD or whatever, that allows you to focus. I truly believe people on a spectrum will actually probably make better traders than the average person, you know? So, zero shortcuts in trading for money, guys. That's the message from this. Now, there's a lot of other stuff on my charts I want to talk about. If you are interested, then carry on and follow me. I need to get rid of this, by the way. That's what I'm trying to do. Delete and delete. And talk about something else interesting. This is the most interesting part of this chart right now, because when I opened this chart early this morning, round about here, that's why these lines are on here, this H1, H4 and D1 were green. It was the only chart showing that on the RSI histo. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, this dashboard, you will find links to do search on this YouTube channel for where to find the dashboard and how to set it up. Likewise, this is really important to me. I need to use the updated version. Thank you, Dean, for that. I keep forgetting. Apologies if you happen to watch this, Dean. Where it tells me the time frames. This is currently set to M15, M5, M1. So in order to find the chart that or the pair that I choose to trade, literally, I can come back from swimming or the gym or the beach or whatever, open this up, and that told me instantly gold is the one to watch because the higher time frames have strong momentum. Daily H4, H1. It's a momentum indicator, this one. It's related to the RSI histo here. So this is pretty much a no-brainer for a long. At the moment, you'll see also that I have the SHI channels, shy channels on my charts, and I'm loving them a lot. But it's also important to remember, anyone that knows what I do, follows me, is that they are dynamic. Unless you're using like the daily H4, they will change almost hourly. The 15-minute ones will rewrite themselves 15. If you're using the 5-minute, it's important to know that the 5 minutes, so they almost look like self-fulfilling prophecies. But like everything on my charts, it all has a value, especially to me, because I study them till my eyes bleed, as it were. Not literally, well, maybe they do go a bit bloodshot actually. But look at this US30 now. It's hit the sell zone on that. It's not showing the same on here. And this is important. This is why I have this and this on my charts. You might think it's overkill. But, these things all have their own strengths and, to a point, certain weaknesses as well. So I'm not going to change the chart from this gold because we need to talk about this gold a little bit more. And all the other stuff I use. These are all a work in progress as well, from the Robinhood thread on Forex Factory. So I don't need this on my chart because if you notice that little green arrow there, well, you wouldn't notice if you're new to what this is. These green arrows are from this indicator. It's useful, the indicator on the chart, because if you remember, if you've studied what Robinhood does and you're listening to me, he said he wants one higher time frame in agreement with him. So that is what that is telling us. We've gone from bearish there to the current time frame and one higher time frame in agreement. So as I've said before, it's messy, 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 and then it starts to cheer up. I don't necessarily need four. I would like it to go to maybe three, but Robinhood has at least double the experience I have, 40 plus years, and as such, that's the guy you need to listen to and inwardly digest what he tells you about. So gold, you will notice also you've got 2B formations. Now, the 2B, I've developed my own way of reading 2Bs, as with all these indicators and stuff like that. And we can go to the line chart on this because all I'm interested really, and that's so much clearer, look at that, is when the buyers, in this instance, in a bullish move, overwhelm the sellers. And remember, one little thing I don't sort of point out enough is that um, the first reversal, ideally somewhere down here on this 5 minute chart, is the most important. So this one is the first reversal. So Vic Sperandio's rules on 2B reversals and all that are put the stop below the low. Robin Hood, meanwhile, and quite a few traders have picked up this point, is that his idea is go a couple of candles back. I think he was mainly trading H4, but if you use that logic on the M5, M15, and so on and so forth, then this is why. And remember, you've got to take the spread into account as well. Although on a short trade, in a stop on the short side, the it will have to go past your stop by whatever the spread is. But be careful, don't be too tight. But uh, two levels below the entry, here you can see where I put the stop just there, that little red, if you can see that, would be there, and I put it behind the daily open line to be safer. Vic Sperando, meanwhile, said below the low. So you have to develop your own stop loss methods by getting stopped out. So, like Robinhood said, and I've always said, demo trade until you feel comfortable enough with your own rules and strategies. But as you can see, look at that mess. That is an absolute mess. This was a long trade I took, and this is, I think, this needs work. This shy channel. I think this is an H4. What would be nice to see, rather than all that, would be um, just clearly. I'm not worried about any of this info. I don't really understand it. And you may say, well, why are you trading stuff you don't understand? It's because I trade what happens on the charts, and I do understand that each candle. But what we need here is each shy channel. The indicator gives different colors to different time frames, but without actually doing some serious deep digging on my own charts, this is, I would have to find out what the colors are. Now, the higher time frame, if this is H4, this will stay on the charts for a good while. I mean, BTC, I showed a chart the other day where the H4 was on, the levels were on there for 24 hours, probably plus. In fact, we can switch to BTC to see what's going on, and we can switch to the H4, see whether it's still the same now. Because this fascinates it. Yeah, it is. So I think I pointed out the shy channel thing when they were literally on my charts for maybe a day less. That BTC did a great job. Hit the lower channel, started to push up, and as you can see there behind there, that H4 channel is now 2.5 to 3 days old, and it hit the high. And as you can see, I've got my additional channels on here now, H1, M15, and I think I've added M5 as well. In fact, we can see that indicators list. 4 shy channels on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I've got the daily, the H4, the H1, M15, and M5. And I might as well show M5. Inputs, M5. So you just change your inputs to 15, 60, 240, 1440, and so on and so forth. And inputs, visualization, that's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I got distracted with the noise then. To show only, so you can have it on all time frames, which would be pointless on M5, but to show only M1 on the 5-minute shy channel, to show only on M1 and 5. There is a small amount of information on shy channels. I found some more shy channel indicators, which will be helpful because it'll mean hopefully we've got MQL code, but I can't even find a definition of what shy is, SHI. Makes me Google because if you had a T on the end, but anyway. So BTC proves my point. The daily and the H4 will stay on for days and so on and so forth. The weeklies will stay on for weeks and months. But you have to be careful of self-fulfilling prophecies with the lower time frames because a 5-minute will switch as soon as a new set of trend lines are formed. And while we're on about trend lines, it's my belief after doing a couple of days reading that these are just dynamic trend lines. I can't get over how this BTC has used the H4 from all the way down to through the middle time frame here. That's obviously where it was taken from originally, here and here, and a few other points. And it's still a work in progress massively, folks. But what can I say? I mean, that should convince you that they are worth working with. I mean, I studied these things years and years ago, over a decade ago, easily, and discounted them as having no value with my 3CR stuff at the time. But I can clearly see 10 years down the line, having improved with all of the stuff that I've studied, that they have value. Gold, it looks like it's on its way up again. Yep, look at that, filled out and filled out. So if any of you have stayed long enough, I guess gold would go up again, but I wasn't really bothered about trading it. Stayed long enough to hear my ramble today, then you will see for yourself how important and useful, valuable these indicators are. There it goes, a little 2B going on there. We could have a look at M1. And we could have a look at the line chart. And we can clearly see there is the first reversal level. The high broken by price that creates a new low. That low broken by that means the sellers have busted the buyers there. Multiple 3CRs. I don't talk about these anymore because I see them in my sleep, but I watch them every trade. Go back to M5. As I say, so we've got a 3CR up there, little bit of a pullback, test this area here, and then continuation. No idea how many pips this move is, but so far 23 pips. I'm happy with 5, 10, 20 pips, whatever. So that's what we look for. That's it, guys. This has just vindicated my lengthy ramble. Gone from iffy, and there's loads of little nuances inside this lot that I look at too. And you know, this has just vindicated itself. I turn the alert off, but I like to put the alert on. I would like another change to this as well. So any coders watching here if you fancy a little bit of work. We've got the source code for this. What I'd like to do is just, when I'm looking for a long, I don't want alerts. I don't want to have to lose all the other ones just so that I can isolate gold for longs. What I'd like is the alerts, sound alerts, only to happen. Got the option in the code, excuse me, to say only alert longs because I'm only watching gold for longs, and then that will stop this situation happening where US 30 is now um, triggered for short again, and that would be firing off that annoying noise. So that's beautiful. That just makes me smile. This is what I trade all day long. This filling up, and UJ has gone down as well, um, and it's just done what it says on the package. You got the channels going on here, a work in progress, as I say. But I think I've covered what I wanted to say. Initially, is don't waste your money on mentors because it will be wasted money if you're a new trader. If you're a trader with at least 3 to 5 years under your belt and you still are struggling, then yeah, I mean, you know enough to know whether the seller has anything of value, I suppose, to add to your trading or help you. Um, and that's a different story entirely. But new traders do not think there are any shortcuts so that you can avoid the screen time. It just isn't gonna happen. Anyway, I could go on for hours, hours and hours and hours. Look, that channel got tested there. That channel got broken there. The upper channel has just been tested. But it's essential for me to be able to, because these are constantly dynamic. I need, instead of all that stuff, which is worthless to me at the moment, I just need the source code changed so that this tells me it's an H4, for example. This one tells me it's whatever time frames they are, basically. That's all I would like. So I need a coder to step up if possible to recode these, and I need a coder to step up if possible. MQL, MT4 coders. The sources are available. I hate to pester my own followers, as it were, to do the job because that's not fair. Also, I do feel that if any coders that have done stuff in the past for me, Dean in particular, I feel that if you are prepared to spend your precious time coding these things or recoding them, then you should have the opportunity to uh, put a price on them. So I'm not expecting anyone to do stuff for me for free. That's the point I'm trying to make. And we could contact me by DM on Twitter. And I'm not after chances. I'm after people that have been following me for years to do this work and get paid for it, as it were. Anyway, so I digress. 2B reversals, 2B reversals, line charts, tons and tons of stuff I use. This long here, again, was based on this. This is the lowest low. You can just see it under there. So that is the first reversal. That is why I was watching this with this, ready for a long at that point in the game. So this then will always cause a bit of a problem with price, but this is the important reversal level. Same as this will cause a problem with price. It will stutter, whatever you want to call it. But this is the reversal level. Look at that. There. That was a little bit of a falsie. But look at that. Everything I do is important. That was the better signal, as I say. Two is sort of get ready. It's like traffic lights on the road, red, amber, green. This is like my amber. This is like my green. This is my red. So all of this ties in. There's even this fantastic, sorry, I'm rambling even more. There's even this fantastic thing I've got to unravel yet, because it there is so much going on. Ike Ash's iffy. All of a sudden, Robin Hood indicator again. It's a Robin Hood indicator by Swingman on Forex Factory, who has been coding for free for best part of 20 years, I think, on there. I mean, how cool is that? And that's why I tell you, forums are the best place. Choose where you are, and there are idiots on all of these forums, including Forex Factory, but there are some amazing people. So when you get all of these agree, that's when you can, and the TMA, notice that that's not quite there. But then I'm flicking between multiple time frames. So there is so much that goes into every trade that, as Robin Hood says, he can't teach you a method, not a system. He can't teach you his method, and nor can I. But both of us, as it were, and all the thousands, hundreds, dozens, whatever you want to call it, of great traders on Forex Factory, hundreds actually, probably thousands, that share their knowledge for free. They're the guys new traders should be following. They are the guys that have proved their value, not these guys selling you $5,000, $9,000 crappy mentorship programs. They are scammers. That's all there is to it. Thanks. Sorry for the blunt messages. Thanks for watching, listening. The few of you that probably do. And time to hit the beach for me. Bye for now.